Hello, everyone. Good evening. Just finished praying the Rosary with Nancy. Today we did the Joyful Mysteries. And I just wanted to share a little reflection as Nancy was finishing the Rosary earlier on. And we had just finished doing the 5th decade, which was finding of the child Jesus in the temple. And you can listen on the actual video to what Nancy said. But when she was speaking, it really struck me. She was talking about losing the child Jesus in the temple and the parents of Jesus and how they were, worried and all that. But what struck me as she was saying that was how many times and how many people have actually felt that they've lost God in their lives. I think that is the worst scenario that can actually happen to anyone. If you've had a relationship with someone and then you lose them, there's that void, isn't there? And I feel that it's the same when you've had God in your life and you've had a relationship with Him, and then you suddenly feel like He's not there. You've lost Him. But the thing is, no one loses God. God is always there. But there are times when perhaps we do feel like, you know, He's not there. He's not there. There was a little quote that I saw earlier on, and it said about a man who one night during his prayers suddenly realized that he was talking to himself. And he then said that he no longer believed in God. And I started thinking about this and I thought, so what is it that makes people feel like that? And I think it is when someone loses a loved one, someone has died, and you've been praying for them to get better, and then they don't. You suddenly start feeling that God wasn't there for you. And you start feeling that, that perhaps God doesn't really exist. But that's not true. Because God doesn't heal everyone physically, but He does heal everyone spiritually. And I think it's far more important for God to heal someone spiritually in the sense of a person that has felt that they have lost God and they don't believe in them anymore for whatever reason, and they die without realizing that God has been in their lives. God will be there. God will be there right to the end and beyond, because He takes you into eternal life. And you never lose that. No one loses eternal life unless you want to, unless you turn away from God, who is open, He's waiting there with open arms. And I felt a real pain, although it was the joyful mysteries, and all of them were very joyful, because at the end of the day, Mary and Joseph found their son in the temple, and they must have been overjoyed. And I started thinking about, what about all the people that have lost God, but suddenly they find Him again? Can you imagine the joy that you feel when you've spent most of your life with God and then suddenly you feel He's gone, but then find Him again? That can happen. That's what we call conversion. I had my own conversion, but I'm not going to speak about it just now. But I know what it's like to think that God wasn't there and suddenly He is. You find out that He's never left you. So my prayer for you tonight is that you will find God if you think that you've lost Him, and that you will experience the same joy that Mary and Joseph experienced when they found Jesus in the temple. I just want to leave you with a little quote from Saint Teresa of Avila, who incidentally is my favorite saint. I've always had an affinity with Saint Teresa. So she says, desire to see God, be fearful of losing Him, and find joy in everything that can lead to Him. If you act in this way, you will always live in great peace. So I would ask you, if you are in that, if you've experienced that in your life, turn to God in prayer. Tell him how you feel, and you'll be surprised because he will open his heart. The minute that you open your heart to God in that way and tell him how you're feeling, he will open his heart to you and he will open his arms. He's waiting there for you. So what are you waiting for? Turn to him, seek him, and he will put that desire in your heart. Good night, and God bless. I'm off to have something to eat. Thanks for listening. And look at our video, The Joyful Mysteries, for today. And if you have any prayer requests that you want us to pray for tomorrow, as I said, leave them in the comments or private messages. God bless you. Good night. Bye.